welcome to the mess hall.
Welcome to the mess hall.
I'm Jamie Rowan.
Andrew Youngblood, as always. Wouldn't it be weird if we changed our names?
Would it be weird?
What would you change your name to? If you could be any name, what would you go with?
Oh, I mean, Spazzy McSpazerson.
Oh, God, that's stupid.
I don't
I'm
know
talking
what
real name.
I had a fake ID.
Spazzy McSpazerson.
I had a fake ID, and I remember I made it what I thought was a cool name back then, but I don't think I would choose it now, which was Natalie Klein.
You just chose a whiter name than you, which is already pretty hard to do.
Yeah, I mean, you just
want to be
it.
more white somehow. Natalie Klein.
I guess. Are we that white?
Natalie Klein is definitely a white.
Yeah,
that's
but
a white name.
Well,
Jamie Rowan sounds white. I can't imagine. If I close my eyes, and I see Jamie Rowan, I can't imagine it being a different ethnicity.
Well, that's also not my spoiler alert. That's not my given name.
Oh, well, was last week even your birthday?
I mean, every day's my birthday.
What's your given name?
Well, I mean, it just no one's
Oh,
business.
you can't put it. You won't even tell me?
I'll tell you later.
No, I don't want to know.
Just in case they're...
Our whole friendship's based on lies.
No, I've told you this. You know this. You follow my personal Instagram account.
Oh, I thought that was your OnlyFans account. I would never follow that. Oh, God.
That's so mean.
I just
What if I was doing art stuff? They do all kinds of stuff on OnlyFans now, right?
Yeah, they do comedy.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, that's a separate subscription. You can, subscribe to OnlyFans TV, but, personal people can, go on there, start an OnlyFans.
On the thing. I don't know. I've never been on OnlyFans.
Sad Man Rick has OnlyFans.
Sad Man Rick? Who's that?
Rick Diaz.
Oh, okay.
The one that's going against Hans Kim at the
I thought they already... You were obsessed with Kill Tony, dude. You fucking love
Sad
that.
Man,
Lives,
Sad Man,
eats, and
You
breathes.
watch it like it's fucking wrestling, dude.
Sad Man Rick is, really cool, though.
He's the European sounding one, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I like
he's friends with my friend Andreas Bach, so that's how I got to know him.
Interesting. Well, tell us what's going on in Kill Tony.
No, please don't.
Obsessed.
Honestly, I'll kill myself.
He is
obsessed. Tell me what your name would be.
I tried to go by Drew in high school when I moved schools. I tried to go by Drew, and no one bought it at all. They're taking attendance, and then they're like, Andrew Youngblood, and I go, it's actually Drew, and they're like, all right, Andy. I was like, what the fuck, dude? No one believed it. I was like, I just moved here. None of you guys knew me before this. How the fuck can it, And I wanted to be Drew. And I only wanted to be Drew because of the Drew Carey Show. I think that's a weird guy.
Because of the Drew Carey Show?
Yeah.
What a nerd.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I love it, though.
I like Drew Carey.
Why
He's
was
fun.
the teacher bullying you?
I don't know. Everyone bullied me because I was gay.
Because you're a boohoo boy.
I didn't even know my name was Michael when I started school.
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Were you retarded?
I don't understand.
How did you not know your name?
Because my family's always called me Buddha since I was born. So
really?
So the first 5 days of school when they called for Michael, I didn't respond.
Dude, this reminds me of a story. I one time worked at a bar, and I will not say the name of the place, but if you listen, you already know. And there was not an in-house drug dealer, but but there was a drug dealer that was just there all the time, and then we all knew.
Did he live like a block behind it?
I don't know where the fuck he lived. He lived in Montrose, but so anyways, he's sitting there. This old friend of mine comes in. He goes, "Hey man, do you know where I can get some drugs?" And this is all a fictional story. And I was like, "Oh, see that guy over there, right?" And he goes over to the guy, and then that guy's an asshole, and my friend was an asshole too. And so the drug dealer goes, "Who the fuck are you? Who sent you?" Right? And my friend, instead of just going, "Oh, I know Youngblood," he goes, "Who the fuck are you?" And then so they get into it, right? And then they're about to fight. And then my friend is going to beat the shit out of this drug dealer. And this drug dealer thinks he's really tough, but I was like, this kid can fight. I've seen this kid fight. He's got forearms like a fucking lumberjack. I think he literally is a lumberjack now. But so we separate them, right? And the drug dealer's like, "This is my bar, bitch," and like that kind of thing. And finally separate them. We kick my friend out. He's got to go because how else are people gonna get drugs? And so anyways, the drug dealer at this point is real cocky because all the security kicked him out, right? And he's like, "Yeah, you better go." And he goes, "That's it. I'm gonna follow him outside." I go, "Whatever you do not follow this guy outside." And he fucking did follow him outside. And I told him not to. And he goes outside. And then my friend fucking pops him hard, knocks him out where he falls. And when he falls, he hit his head on the tow hitch of a truck.
Oh, shit.
Cracked his skull open. Had to go to the hospital, right? Like he was fucking literally got brain damage from this thing, right?
Did he think he was going to win? Was he bigger than your friend?
No, he was probably similar sized, maybe a little bit taller, but no, he was going out there to be like fake tough. And then the problem is he was messing with an actual tough guy, And so he goes to the hospital. And the only reason I bring this story up is because he sued the bar, right? He did not win, but he did sue the bar. And in the deposition, his name is, by the way, his name is Joe Kane. That is his name.
Are we bleeping that?
No, I don't give a shit. You're not a drug dealer anymore.
Oh, I thought it was a fake name because it's Joe Kane, like cocaine.
Yeah, well, yes, right? That's his name, though, Joe Kane. Like, that's not his legal name. That's his name that we all know him by. That's his rap name. That's his drug dealer name. Everything. So he had
a little on the nose. Come on, dude.
It's a little crazy, but he has to make a deposition, right? And they read us his deposition, and in the deposition, the lawyer for the bar was like, "So why do they call you Joe Kane?" And he goes, "I don't know. That's just a name my mom gave me when I was a little boy." We're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Oh, God. And then I saw that guy.
I thought you were going to give a really nerdy real name that he
No,
had to say in
his
court,
name
and I was
is-
so excited.
His name was just like Joseph some bullshit. I don't remember.
Oh, damn.
But I saw him years later, and he was I saw him years later, and he was at a bar, and he was with a girl, and he saw me, and I had to make a deposition and just explain everything that happened, right? And he comes up to me, he goes, "Youngblood, it's been a while." I go, "Yeah, man, it's been a while." And the last time I saw him, I was in court, And so he goes, "Man, it's good seeing you, but that shit you did to me in court, man, that was some hoe ass shit." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "I was never a fucking drug dealer or anything like that." And he's doing this in front of his girl, I assume his girlfriend at the time. And I was like, "Joe, you've sold me drugs. Like, what are you talking about, dude? You sold everybody fucking drugs. Your name was Joe Kane." He goes, "I just did that for the music." I go, "Get the fuck out of here." And then you could tell his girlfriend or wife got mad.
Why would he even bring that up in front of her, anyone, or ever?
Brain damage. I think he's retarded. So.
He just completely forgot he was a drug dealer.
Yeah. I don't think he forgot. I think he was just such a liar that he thought that he could get away with it.
Nothing is creepier to me than that personality. The people who just like pathologically lie for like no apparent reason. It doesn't even help them. It's just like no reason.
I've had friends lie to my face, but I'm like, I was there. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I hate when someone lies to my face. It drives me insane. And I call them out. I can't. If someone like lies to me directly to my face about something, I'm like, you're fucking it's insane. And it's gaslighting or whatever the fuck it is.
But he came up to you and offered that information. It's just like, dude, you didn't have to say anything. We could have just politely nodded at each other like, "What's up?"
Yeah. I was a little worried though. I thought he was going to try to fight me or something.
Well,
I mean, I think I could have taken him.
Yeah, I was like, it doesn't sound like he's
got.
that scary.
I know where to hit him. I hit him right in the soft spot.
You weren't worried about the fight. You were worried about getting sued.
Yeah, right. That's the other thing. But he didn't win. The bar did have to spend a lot of money on lawyers, but.
Sometimes stupid people are really ballsy, though, and I kind of respect it.
I think they're just stupid. That's why they're. I think
to sell drugs at a place and then sue that place.
That's the most American shit ever.
That is so. It's like almost impressive, right?
Remember Liar Liar when the old the secretary's like mad.
He's like, the other day
fell through a skylight, cut his leg on a butcher's knife, and then sued my friend. And my friend had to pay $5,000. What do you think of that? And he's like, I would have got him 10.
I'd have got him 10.
Yeah. I fucking love that movie. That is
one of
it's
the
a great
one of my
movie.
favorite movies. It's one of the most quotable movies in the entire world. I could fucking quote that entire movie. It's one of my favorite movies, and I
watched
think it's
it as a kid. And
highly underrated.
It was just crazy laughter as a kid.
The claw was fucking great. You know, even when the fucking nerdy guy does the claw, he's like, the claw.
After he hooks up with the lady too, I love that scene.
Oh yeah.
I've had better.
Yeah. The pen is blue. The goddamn pen is blue. Or do you mind? I'm kicking my own ass or whatever. That's
Even the
fucking great.
bloopers at the end,
Oh,
like
the
with the lawyer
bloopers.
when she's
Yeah.
like, he yells something at her and she's like, overactor.
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
in your bra. Yeah. And then he's in the elevator with the girl with the big, you know.
Your boobs are nice. I mean, you
Yeah,
don't want
yeah.
to squeeze them.
And
I
he's
mean,
like, He's just fucking killer, dude.
I'm
He's
not
like, a
even
goose.
someone who
You just-
normally likes physical comedy all that much, but he's so good
He's the
at
best.
it. It's
There's
so
no better.
fucking funny.
Physical comedy, he's the king of it. I don't think anyone better. I think you could maybe make an argument for maybe Steve Martin. Maybe.
Robin Williams, maybe.
He's not that physical, is he? I mean, he's
Well,
huge.
in
He
the
moves a
in the
lot.
beginning of his career.
Yeah. Jim Carrey is the most physical, though, for sure.
I love where they're talking about him on the Comedy Store documentary. And,
I haven't watched that yet.
And they talk about like how he got famous for doing impressions, and then he decided that he didn't want to do impressions.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
and
I did see this.
The store let him just work out for like a year,
they'd
just
be
bomb
pissed.
after bomb after bomb
Yeah.
after bomb,
Yeah.
until he finally got it. And they said one night it was like it just switched. And he
Sometimes
had
that's
it.
how it works.
Chris Farley was pretty physical, but like
Oh
in a
yeah,
sloppy.
he's killer.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
good. That's a good
It's
argument.
a sloppy
Yeah,
way
the fat
though,
guy
like,
physical. Fat
yeah,
guy physical.
Jim Carrey's more like refined. I loved Ace Ventura. I thought The Mask sucked.
Well, you're wrong.
Cable Guy is very underrated.
Cable Guy is killer. I think I like just about everything Jim Carrey has done. He's one of my favorites for sure. I can't think of it's got to be a shitty movie that he's in. What's
I
a
think
shitty
that's
movie?
A rare crossover we have.
He was even in Simon Birch. You remember that movie? Yeah. He played the friend older. Like the whole movie is him telling this story to his kid standing at Simon Birch's grave, which is kind of funny.
The only thing I can think of that didn't like him in was Kick-Ass 2.
He's in Kick-Ass?
Kick-Ass 2.
He's in Kick-Ass too?
Yeah.
Was he a bad guy or something? I don't know. I don't remember him in that.
He's
movie.
like there's like a group of
Maybe I didn't see it.
there's like a group of the heroes and he's like the leader of the group of the heroes.
Sonic can suck my dick too. I didn't like Sonic. Sorry.
I've never seen it, but I like. I know an improviser that I like was in it.
Oh, that's good.
That's it.
Yeah, I just don't like. I didn't like the Sonic movies.
I don't watch movies anymore.
I just watched Oppenheimer. Got real sober. I took an edible. I took an edible and I watched Oppenheimer and it was fucking awesome.
Was it too long? I heard it was really
Depends.
dragged
I like
out.
to take a nap in the middle of my movies. No, it was good. I don't think it dragged on. I'm a big World War II nut. It was actually a little less World War II than I thought it would be. Obviously, it takes place during that, but it was a lot more of just about.
The After Effect, or I haven't seen.
No,
it.
it wasn't really about the after effect. It was more about like a race to come up with it before the Germans did. And so
Maybe if they would have not, like, there are very many brilliant Jewish people, and including scientists, that like fled before all the shit went down, including Einstein. And maybe if they would have had those people.
Well, that's literally one of the downfalls of fucking Germany in the war, is that so the science Germany had a head start on us, like to make the bomb.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
They had a head start on us.
manufacturing like crazy.
They had a scientist, forget his name. It was in Oppenheimer, who like did the math, like did the equation, showed it to Hitler. And because the guy was Jewish, he's like, that's Jew math. We're not doing Jew math
like the
here.
best kind of
Yeah, I
math.
know, but he's like, we're not doing Jew math. That's Jew magic. We're not going to do that. And so they didn't believe him. And so because of that, we got to catch up, fucking make it, and kill everybody.
God, could you imagine if Hitler had had the bomb first?
We'd be over.
Does it go through his like guilt and stuff like that? I assume too.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is him like being like, this is gonna kill.
I'm in love with that actor.
He's like, oh yeah, what's his name?
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian.
It's I don't know
I
how
thought
you
it was
pronounce
Killian.
it. It's Irish, right? Or something.
If it's Irish, it's probably Killian.
I think it's Killian.
He's a
he's hot. He is
on,
Peaky
Peaky
Blinders.
Blinders,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd fuck him
that
in that.
whole movie, and then
I'd fuck him in every movie. He's very hot.
He's- it's
I
good.
loved him in Batman.
Oh yeah, he was good in Batman too. When he's Scarecrow.
And Inception.
What's the last movie you saw in the theater though?
I don't know. I have a whole theater room. I literally watch.
There's something
That's a
fun,
humble
like
brag.
buttered popcorn and I don't know, weirdo.
I got
next to you.
popcorn. I got surround sound popcorn. I got like a 120-inch projector. I think it might even be 150, and I just no lights. Sorry.
Ladies,
I know.
sometimes I feel like I need to say that after the thing you're bragging about.
Yeah, I know, right? You think I'd have a wife by now?
All you need is another projector.
I've got 2 projectors. How many projectors does a guy have to get
I'm just making this shit up.
To-
But you do need
to
3.
make somebody happy?
You do need 3 projectors if you want a wife, and everybody
No,
knows that.
I don't think I want a wife. If I'm being honest, I think it's.
I mean, I think
I think it's over for me.
Yeah, don't do it.
I think marriage. I'm married,
do it
and
again, but-
yeah, actually, I would probably do it again.
I'd hope so. You're fucking in a
Yeah,
happy
you're
marriage.
No, but I'm saying
if you
I'm
were
saying-
like, I'd never get married.
no,
and you're fucking married.
You don't have to be married to be deeply in love and with someone,
That's true.
right? So I'm saying I don't know if I would do that part again. I don't see the point. Like nothing changed when we got married. We were still committed to each other. We're still like.
Well, it makes it harder to leave.
I mean, I guess you have to work on it, but you also don't have to. A lot of people don't. Think
That's
how many
true.
people just. I mean, marriages don't
Yeah.
last.
Think about all the people that just give up after 6 months.
Ba-doom.
Oh.
Oh man.
I gave up after 3 years, so I'll be honest. I actually gave up probably 6 months in, but but I stuck it out for the next 2.5
What made you think it was a good idea?
to get married.
Oh, you told this story. You
I was
told about
young
like
and stupid. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
young and stupid, and me and her really liked each other. And we loved each other for a short period of time,
yeah,
and
of course you did.
and then when we moved in together, her parents threw a big old fit about us moving. They're like, "It's not Christian," and I was like, "I'm not even Christian, but not going to tell you guys that." And then and they're like, "Unless you guys are getting married, you guys shouldn't be living together." And then instead of me moving out, we were like, "Yeah, we're probably gonna get married." So, and then her mom was just like coming around and like, dude, it was so fucking awkward because her mom would just show up all the time and like hang out and like try to give me her ring to ask, like a family ring to ask her to. It was so fucking weird. And it was like I just felt so much pressure every time we went out to dinner or something. They were like, "Are you gonna do it tonight?" I was like, "Jesus Christ." It was
Even the
worst.
best in-laws, like you just need space. Like
Yeah. They were great in-laws. I actually loved them. They were great people.
yeah.
That's one of the one weird things about divorce is I miss her dad. I liked her dad a lot. We got along. We recorded music together. We went and saw Bob Dylan together. Like we had like, I think I want to fuck her dad. No,
I think about
that's
this
not
like
true.
I get
Don't put that in there.
when I spiral, I like think about, you know how you're like sometimes I'm driving and I like worry about my kid or whatever. I think about like if I ever had to be without my person, like does that mean I also lose my niece and nephew who I adore? And like that is scary shit. Like
You do.
have to.
Even if they're like, oh, you're still family. We still love you kind of shit.
It just fizzles.
You're gonna
over
lose 'em all.
time. Yeah.
You're going to lose them all. You're going to lose your friends. You're going to, they're going to pick sides. You just lose them all. It's a package deal there.
I think if I make it to when my niece and nephew are 18, if something happened like then and we'd had this whole like growing up childhood together, then maybe they'd still hang out with me, but maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
God, this is such a depressing conversation. Can we not talk about it? I want to hear about your fun night last night and what you've been doing. We saw each other not that long ago, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it was what's St. Patrick's Day. I didn't really do
yeah.
much. I went out late. I've just been doing sets. I'm in work mode right now. I'm trying to build because I'm about to do that big tour that I'm gonna announce shortly, and I'm just trying to build new material because I got that hour coming out. It will be out now. It's out right now because this is coming out. Yeah, so it's
Oh,
out
yeah.
as
The special's
it's
out.
Watch it, you fucking losers.
What day does it come out?
You're not losers. I'm sorry.
March 28th.
March 28th. This will be out. Right?
No.
Or it'll be out. It'll
It
be
will
out
be out
2 days
in 2
after
days.
this.
Sorry. I'm stupid and dumb and retarded.
It'll be out 2
Uh,
days after this.
Yes, but this will be out. So yeah, anyways, March 28th. But people listen all week long. So it could be out. March 28th, though, is when it comes out. Mark Norman's YouTube. Oh, man.
What's the over/under on views within the first 7 days?
Oh, get out of here. I don't even want to think about that. You're trying to stress me out.
I'm gonna say 100,000.
Whoa.
I'm gonna say that's the over and under 100,000.
I don't know. I
And
have
then
no idea.
I've been doing a little research, checking out other comics, YouTube specials,
Uh-huh.
seeing what the analytics look like, and I'm gonna say 100,000 within the first 7 days.
I would be very happy with that. I would be happy with that. I do have a goal in mind.
I think total you're probably gonna get around 250,000, but I think within the first 7
I'm going
days,
bigger.
probably 100,000.
I feel confident in myself. I feel good about the special.
250,000 would be phenomenal.
I'm going for 500. I
I
think
mean,
I'm going to get
double it.
$500,000, but not right away. But I think it's going to
Over
get there.
time, yeah.
Give me some time. I think it'll get there. I could be wrong. I hope I am not. But who knows?
And
I
if
don't
people
know.
see you on tour after, you're going to be doing new stuff, right?
Yeah, I've been working on a lot of new material. So
Awesome.
it's fun going. I like going to mics and doing shit. People.
Yeah, it's pretty nice going to a mic when you can just walk up and get on first. Right?
Well, you got to earn that. You got to earn it. It's not like I just do it at Secret Group.
No,
I get it everywhere.
Yeah,
Which is very nice. But you gotta. There's a lot of comics that get. Here's the thing. There's a lot of comics in town, in Houston or anywhere that that have that exact privilege. Of just being able to go up and cut and stuff like that. And I'm telling you this. They don't go as many mics as I do.
I've been seeing you like almost every single one except for the Sunday one I go to, which is only a minute mic. So
Yeah, I don't go to the minute mic.
a new
Any
one-
crazies
That's
on
for
those
that's
late
for the
mics?
that's for the fucking Kill Tony
a new mic
people.
a new mic just got announced.
Boondocks Thursday 10 o'clock. Wednesday 10 o'clock.
And then
Boondocks.
also on Tuesdays, another one just got announced.
Yeah. Well, we needed an extra one on Wednesday, so I'm glad
I think that's gonna be a really good
that's
one.
gonna
too.
be a good one, and I can't wait to budge the line. It's gonna be awesome.
Any crazies at any
No,
of the mics?
but you know what? There's some people that I'm starting to like I see go up, and obviously what's the guy who was hosting Mike Craven.
Mike Craven.
I think
yeah,
I
he's
think
really good.
I think
yeah,
he's
got
yeah,
funny stuff.
I think he's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I think he's funny, and he's like
He's got
I don't know him at all, so this isn't like me being like favorites or anything like that. But watching, I think yesterday was the first time I actually saw him do a set, and I was like, oh, this is funny.
on the You Look Like Roast Battles. He has some of the best clips too.
Nice. But I try to pay attention when I can, but it is exhausting. I watched a 12-year-old yesterday.
Is this the kid that
Yeah,
always comes?
he's great, man. He's great.
Yeah, I let him budge in front of everyone too, and I
Well,
told
we didn't want him
feel
staying
bad.
up
He's
past.
I know
Hey,
that's the
bedtime.
thing. I was like, he's got to go to bed,
Is his
And
dad
then it
with
turns
him?
out he's fucking homeschooled, and I let him budge, and then he stuck around for another hour and a half, and I was like, this motherfucker's got to get to sleep.
Doing
You're a
what?
shitty
Drinking at the
dad.
bar? What the fuck was he
His
doing?
dad was drinking at the
He was,
bar.
he was doing cocaine in the back, learning
Give
how to
me
be a
a
real
vision
comic.
of this guy. Yeah, what is the dad like? Is he
The
just
funniest thing about it is yesterday, I mean, they're like, it's a cute father-son thing,
like, that is really
Well, he's
sweet.
also
They
like-
wore the exact same outfit. I was
He's
like-
he's a theater kid, so like he's constantly on stage in front of a lot of people. Like he does like
yeah, he's good.
plays, like big plays. Like
He's good. I will say
Not
yesterday,
like school
he does
plays.
need to learn how to stay in the spotlight. That dude was like walking in the dark. I was
it's
like, you
because
can't
he's
even
trying
see.
to see the crowd.
Yeah, it's tough to see that
Yeah.
crowd. It's funny. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's
got-
only been doing it a couple months. He comes up and he goes, "All right, guys, I'm not gay," and it's pretty fun.
Yeah, he's a really good Epstein Island joke.
Yeah, he's got a couple. He's got a couple good ones, a couple stinkers, but he's 2 months in and he's 12.
He's
So-
that's adorable.
No, he's good.
Yeah. But I'm seeing some good people out there. I think.
Check out Onkar Singh when you get a chance. That guy is really good.
I
White guy.
Indian guy.
I know. Come on.
I
haven't
he's
any
Indian, I'm
crazy
assuming.
audience interactions. Let's left turn from that conversation because
What?
I just disagree.
But what?
What he just said.
Oh, you think that guy's dog shit?
I didn't say that.
Oh, come on.
Judgy McJudges.
I
I've
did
never-
not say that.
Okay.
And by the way, I think Mike Craven is great.
I hope this is a clip.
No, my God,
Oh.
no. No one cares
So,
about
Jamie,
that.
tell us what you
By the
think
way,
about On
we-
Car.
we sh- we
Is
should
that his
sh-
name?
No. By the way,
on car sing.
hold on. We should shift gears because no one cares about the Houston comedy scene anyway.
People care.
Okay?
People care.
It's just banter.
It's just...
But why don't you like on car?
What are you talking about? I did not say
I think
that.
here, if you're listening, please look this guy up and then let us know if he's any good.
I
I
didn't...
think it's funny.
We got one vote for yes, one vote for
I don't even know if I
no
know...
comment.
I don't even know if I know who he is.
Well, you hard disagreed on
I
it.
I
don't
don't feel like you would know who he is. I don't feel like you would ever
Yep,
have
see?
seen
I
him.
don't know. I've never seen
it's-
him.
I think you're probably just thinking of a different Indian guy because that's
Probably.
kind of
Wow, you are racist, so
Yeah.
that's true.
This is true. I'm just going to roll with it now.
Yeah, you're like anything to get me out of this. Yeah, but Houston's got some up and coming people that I think are good, and it is to me right now. It's funny because I'm an old man now. There, like I'm like a seasoned guy, and I don't feel that way. But I'm starting to feel that way.
You're
a
like
lot
the
more.
Godfather there, bro. Like
It's
you should
fucking
hear what
stupid.
they like.
I assume they all
say.
talk shit.
No, dude, no.
I assume
no.
they all
None of the younger
talk
guys,
shit.
none of the newer comics talk shit. They're all like when they'll see if I'm sitting at a table with you and I get up and they'll be like, "Were you guys talking about comedy?" I'm like, do not go to that man and ask about comedy. I was
Oh,
like, if he
God.
brings up comedy, you can talk about. Don't ask him for no advice. To just be a regular fucking person and act like
God,
it's not
the last
all
thing
about
I want
comedy.
to do is talk.
That's
to
what I
fucking
tell
them
them.
about
But they're
comedy.
like, he's so intimidating.
As people think I'm intimidating, it's just because I don't talk to them.
And when it's your face.
Yeah, well, I got a grumpy looking
Yeah.
face.
I don't see any of this. This is crazy. Also, like,
You're
have
not-
other things.
You're not out there
have
in
other-
open mic.
But she
Back
was,
I was,
and
and
I
I-
was always very. Me and Jamie instantly became buds. I think she started talking to me, and I was always like,
I wasn't like weird and obsessive. I also had. I
"Yeah."
always made sure
you were
to
such
have
a normal
other stuff
person that I
going on.
really enjoyed. That's literally
she was-
why the podcast started. Is because I was like, I should find someone that's normal, funny, and not a crazy person.
No, she
and
was-
literally she checks most of those
She
boxes.
was super cool the first time we met at Writer's Room too.
Yeah.
She was,
Well, I think you liked me because I really liked the jokes that you were doing at
I
the
was
writers'
also
room
like-
That does
too.
help.
that was also
does
like
help.
3 weeks into me doing comedy, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Where'd you come from? You're such a good writer."
And now look at you, 5 weeks in.
I've already peaked. So
yeah. 5 weeks in. He was telling me yesterday, it was pretty cute. But he's like, man, do you ever get like worn out? There's so much pressure. And I go, I got to tell you something.
I'm not worn out because of the pressure. I'm burnt out, and I'm also putting pressure on myself. They're
Yeah,
two
yeah.
separate things.
But he's like, there's so much pressure, dude. I feel like I got to like be, I was like, let me tell you something. It's going to sound a little mean, but I want you to know that this, I mean this in a very positive way. Nobody expects you to do anything. Like nobody gives a shit about who you are or anything. You're
Yeah,
fine.
humans
There's zero
generally-
pressure. Just remember.
But that's
nobody,
not just the.
something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
He's
but
also
that's what-
so worried about being mean when he gives advice, and like he's not mean when he gives advice. He just thinks that he's being mean. But that was like in between when I did the riot, when we went and did the mic at the secret group, and at the secret group, after hearing that, was like 10 times better than the
Hey,
set I did
look
an
at that.
hour before. Because I was like, you know what, this doesn't fucking matter. Like,
You know what?
I think you should care
I like
about your
giving advice.
writing and your jokes, but I also think that like it's really healthy. Everybody has their own thing, and I've gotten shit for saying this. Like, Will's such a positive guy; he thinks this is negative, but it really helped me to be like, at the end of the day, nobody gives a fuck about not just you, me, anybody. Everybody just is so like focused on themselves, and I really think that like it's just bombing is just part of it. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I bomb all the time, but I like it.
I could see you guys becoming very good friends and like having like a super bad style sleepover and watching Jim
Us?
Carrey movies, and then you give him mean advice and then you boop him on the
you
nose.
got pizza rolls?
Nobody got mini DiGiorno's.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
he'll DoorDash multiple soups
Dude,
for
that's
you.
I don't use DoorDash. It's a Nazi app.
Is
No,
it?
I just made that up.
I was
I
like,
use Uber Eats.
Tell me.
Uber sounds German, and I'm like,
Yeah, I was like, it sounds way more.
Today's
like
episode sponsored by Uber.
I've been Uber Eatsing every meal for about a week now, and it's depressing.
Do you have the discount? That's expensive.
No, it's been very expensive and pricey.
You just gotta figure out what to order.
I'm just depressed. That's all it is.
What's your order?
Whenever I'm depressed, I don't cook. I can't do anything. My ADD acts up. I can hardly work. I'm like trying to answer my emails. I'm trying to like book things. I got so much that I have to do right now with the special and everything that I often do absolutely none of it because I can't. It's so overwhelming. Has that ever happened to you? We have so much to do, and you're like, I can't even start.
Our things are the
Remember,
exact
Andrew,
opposite.
nobody cares enough about you for it to.
I agree. I 100% agree with that. Yeah.
I'm the I think our issues are exactly opposite of each
You
other.
have nothing to do.
I have like,
That's
but
nothing to do, and I
anxiety
can't
level
stop
at a
doing
10 all the time. Like
Yeah.
I don't sleep. Like last night, nothing. It was my birthday week. Like we had friends in town. Like it was
Yeah, your friends didn't call you
celebratory.
or text you.
This friend, Mike gets a pass because we don't know each other like
She's
that
saying
yet.
you're not friends.
We're acquaintances.
But we will be friends. We will.
If Mike died, would you go to his funeral?
I don't.
You wouldn't be invited.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be invited.
Do people get invited to funerals?
I think so.
I'd go.
Well, we do like a little differently in my family. We have like parties instead of funerals.
Oh, I'd go to that.
At this point, I'd be like, "Hey, Andrew, are you going to this memorial thing?" If there was like a memorial that
Yeah,
wasn't
I hope you say it
friends-
just like that too.
Yeah.
Just,
You go to this
Andrew,
memorial
this
thing.
Memorial
Well, I'm saying like it seems like there's a thing that should be close family and stuff. But if there was like a memorial that comedians were doing for you,
yeah,
I'd go to that.
I feel like
Yeah.
ravers would probably have a memorial for me before
Oh yeah, they
before
fucking.
comedians.
Oh, then I
The
probably
Kryptonite
wouldn't
crew
go.
would be there. They'd fucking put you in a black and neon pink fucking casket.
Wait, do you
There'd
still
be fucking
rave?
there'd be
No.
fucking hula hoopers and fucking spinsters or whatever the fucking they do, and
Are
they'd all
there
be glow
sober
sticks everywhere.
ravers?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
sober ravers.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you stay awake?
How do I stay awake and go to the open mic till 2:00 in the morning?
Well, then you just sleep in and you're not like dancing and sweating and like hopping around. I don't know. It's not like physically hard. It's just like
Yeah, I don't know. Raving to me is stupid. So I don't know. I've been a couple times, but I've just
I'm
never.
sure it's a nice community and you
Yeah,
know.
I was for
Dude.
me it was always more about the community, but then also the money.
I got dosed at Kryptonite. Have I ever told this story?
I think vaguely, not on the podcast though.
Yeah, I got dosed by a friend who was like a promoter there, and you know who it is. You'll get there.
Yeah.
And so I have like a little sister. She's not really my little sister, but at the time we were very close. And when I was a kid, I dated her sister, if that makes any sense.
I think you've mentioned
And I
this
lived
person.
like with her
Yeah.
mom at some point. Like so she was like a little sister
She
to
blonde.
me. Alana.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. So that's like a
It's Gabby.
Who's
Is
Gabby?
your sister? Or your
No.
Alana's the sister in this? Because there's
No,
there's
no.
another girl named Gabby
No.
that was like
I don't know
everybody
who
said was
Gabby is.
Alana's sister. So I thought maybe. That's
Oh
what-
no! This is like a real actual sister, and so
Y'all,
anyway,
this is too inside.
I know
baseball.
it's too many sisters and fuckers.
Okay,
and,
so you get dosed by this guy.
anyways, so I go and my friend is like, "You want a Jaeger shot?" I go, "Yeah, let's do it." And so then about 45 minutes later, I'm like, "Ooh, what the fuck?" And I'm like, but also I'm like, "Why the fuck do I feel like this?" And then I don't notice that I'm fucked up until I literally start like seeing like little trails, like
What was it?
like trails, like light trails, like when
What?
you look at lights.
What do you
It was
put?
just putting some kind of ecstasy mixed
Yeah,
with some
it's-
shit.
Sounds like Molly.
Yeah. So he fucking dropped it in my fucking Jaeger shot, which is perfect because Jaeger tastes so bad that you don't realize you're drinking fucking pill. and so I had no idea. And then I was all fucked up and I was like, God damn it. I have to stay at Kryptonite until.
The sun comes up.
Yeah, I don't know how fucking this works. But
Were you pissed at him? Did you say something to him?
at the time I was too scared of the guy to really like. That dude would fight at the drop of a hat.
For the dumbest reasons.
Yeah.
I will say that is if that's what it was, which it doesn't, to me, at least maybe I took like pure MDMA, which is Molly, and then also something mixed with something. I've done ecstasy once and Molly once, and
Ooh,
Molly was
badass.
my favorite feeling I've ever felt in my life.
It's happiness.
It was the best, and I did coke a handful. This is all, of course, not true. This is fiction.
Yeah.
Right?
Just
This
like
is
everything
all
on
fake.
this podcast.
Exactly. I always say I could count on my fingers and toes like a dozen times over the span of years. So like on like New Year's, I wasn't like doing it regularly, but
Sure.
I loved it. But I thought that was like not even comparable. Like it was amazing. Granted, it was like perfect scenario, perfect surroundings. I felt safe. I was like with people I love. Like
And you're literally flooding your brain with the happy chemical.
Yeah.
But it just like. It's interesting to me that you saw stuff because I definitely didn't like see
Well,
stuff.
it's just going to be
It's
depending on what it's
tracers.
mixed in. It was probably mixed in with like a 2CI or a 2CB or some shit like that.
Now, you can get the tracers off of just pure MDMA, but I call it typewriter eyes.
Okay.
Like your
see
eyes
the little
kind of go
dot.
like,
Yeah.
and then they
Yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
Like,
I used to do in college. I used to do a lot of
Allegedly.
hallucinogens. Now I'm not great at it. Last time I did it, it was at Skankfest. I did mushrooms. Me and a couple comics. It was me, Chris O'Connor, from Stuff Island. Right, is that the name of the podcast? Anyways, Shane Gillis and Mark. We're all sitting in the green room.
Allegedly.
You want me to beep out these names?
No. They put them in. Who cares? And so we're in the green room and we're at Skankfest, and I think it was Chris who's like, "Hey, I got these mushrooms. You guys want a microdose?" And we're like, "Microdose? That sounds awesome. Let's do it." So we each took just one stem and cap. We all just take one, and so then we all go separate ways. We got sets, whatever, and then about 40 minutes later, I'm fucking so high. I'm out of my mind. And Skankfest is not a place to be tripping where you don't expect to be tripping. Like I thought I was going to be microdosing. Like I just feel a little high, right? That's what I thought. Turns out I'm fucking seeing shit. I'm like, everyone's staring at me in my brain. Like I'm losing my shit. And so then I find Mark. And Mark is standing outside. And I go and I grab him. I go, "Oh my God. It's so good seeing someone else who's got to be as fucked up as I am." I was like, "Dude, I am so fucked up right now. This is fucking crazy. I thought we were microdosing." And I'm like gushing and like to him. And he's like, "Oh man." And he reaches in the pocket and goes, "I didn't take mine." And I go, "You motherfucker!" And I was like, "No!" And then I remember panicking because I don't know why I panicked. He's still my friend, you know. But I like panicked and I ran to the bathroom because I was like, "All right, I got to get somewhere quiet," right? So I go to the bathroom and I start peeing at the urinal, and then I look over and I see Shane Gillis. He's also at the urinal, and his eyes are fucking basically just black because he's so fucked up. And I look at him and he looks at me and he goes, "Dude," and I go, "Dude." And he goes, "Dude." And I was like, I was like,
Your
I am
dicks
so
are
fucked
out
up.
staring
And
into
I don't
each other's souls.
No, I don't remember exactly. But we both stopped peeing. We start talking. We're like, "Dude, I'm so fucked up right now." He's like, "I'm so fucked up right now." I don't know if we did, but in my brain, because it was just so good to be around somebody else who was fucked up, we like hugged. We were like, "I'm here. You're here. It's okay." Like that's what it felt like, you know. And then we're standing in a circle. And afterwards, it's me, him, Mark, and I don't know, some other comics maybe. And then a bunch of fans, because Skankfest is all just fan interaction.
Everyone everywhere.
And
yeah.
I'm not famous, so I'm nobody. But they are obviously very famous people. And so people kept coming up and being like, "Oh, I'm such a big fan, blah, blah, blah." And then Shane was like, "Oh, thanks." But he's so fucked up. All him and I could talk about in this circle was like, "I'm so fucked up. I'm so fucked up." And then I was like, "I got to get the fuck out of here." And I tried to Uber, but I couldn't figure out how to use my Uber. I was too fucked up. And I finally saw someone. I remember thinking, "Man, I wish a friend would just show up and give me a ride home." And they did. And at the time, I was seeing somebody, and she hated when I did drugs. Hated it. And I was getting a ride home, and I remember being like, "You know what? You can just like fake it and pretend you're not. Just go to bed. Just go to bed, and she'll have no idea you're on drugs.
Oh, this was in Houston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the Houston Skankfest.
Okay.
And so I was like, she'll have no idea I'm on drugs. I'm just going to go straight to bed. And I hype myself up. And by the time I'm home, I've basically put myself in a full panic about her figuring out if I'm on drugs. And so I open the door and I go, don't yell at me. I'm sorry. I'm on drugs. I can't do this. I can't lie to you about this. I'm so sorry. I'm so fucked up. Just could you hold me while I cry for a while and then we'll go to bed? And then she's like, what drugs are you on? Blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, mushrooms. She's like, oh, that's natural. I was like, what? Okay. And it was the worst night of my life. But yeah, it was intense.
It must have been, I forget what they're called, but there's like 2 separate species of mushrooms, and one, like, it takes much, much, much less to do. Like,
Oh, this one fucked me up.
like
Whatever it
a
was.
gram. I think it's called like Amazonians or something. But like a gram of those is like equivalent to like an eighth of normal ones. So
Yeah.
it must have been one
I'm
of
a
those.
control freak. I can't let go. So like anything that makes me see things that aren't there, like that to me is like I would have a bad trip for sure. I just don't think it would be good. I don't know. And whatever, I tried microdosing and felt nothing. And I don't want to. I'd rather that though than whatever was happening
Yeah,
to
it
you.
was ridiculous.
That's one of my favorite clips of all time when on Protect Our Park. So it's like Mark and Shane. And Shane's like, I think I ate too much mushrooms. And you can like see in his face that he's freaking out. and then he goes, it's okay. I think I can drink my way out of this. and Joe Rogan's like, you can definitely drink your way out of this. And you just see him like slam a bunch of beers. And he's like, and then he's fine. Like
That's
he's like,
wild.
I can drink my way out of this
Wild.
too much mushrooms.
Do you remember coming home when you were drunk, like in high school, and trying to act normal in front of your parents?
Dude, I
Like they
remember.
knew every time, I think.
Dude, me and my buddy Jesse, he's a comic, Jesse James, he works at the club. We went on a double date when we were 15 with these seniors, right, from a different school, and they sucked. It was so boring, and we went and saw Not Another Teen Movie. Remember that?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Such a good, that was such a good
We
movie.
walked out. We were bored of it. Me
That's
and
a
him,
great movie.
and we're like, "Can we borrow your car?" And then we got some guy to buy us booze, and we just sat in the car and got fucking hammered like real winners. And then they gave us a ride home. Jesse crashed their car into another car, just breaking a taillight. But so these girls hate us, and they should have for sure. And we get to his house, and his family is having a movie night. Right, and it's just me and Jesse, and normally we can keep it together, right, and be like, hey, like just go hang out in the room, we'll be fine. But we're black. I mean, we are fucking hammered.
That's what you did when you were young too, and you were like, "We'll take what we can get," and then you have to like do it fast and
Yeah.
like hide it.
I only got drunk like twice in high school.
Dude, I got
That
drunk
was
every
when I was
weekend in high
crazier. I
school.
did ecstasy in high school.
Yeah, it's nuts. I got drunk every weekend in high school. It was brutal. Real alcoholic here. But so me and Jesse we're so drunk we're laying in his driveway, like having a hard time getting inside. And finally we're like, okay, let's go inside. And we're like, all right. He's like, all right, they're having a movie night. His little sisters are in the fucking front, like in the front room, living room with the mom, the dad, his brothers. Like he's got like 8 fucking siblings.
And you two,
And we
like,
come
big
in.
assholes have to walk
We
through.
come in trying to be sober, and I come in and I fucking am trying to run to his room, just like I was like, oh, if I just run, I'll be fast. I ran right into a wall, and then they had a mounted speaker on the wall that falls, hits me in the head. I fall on the ground in front of his family, and I hear his dad go, Jesse, I told you boys not to be drinking. Everyone go to bed. And he's like telling all his sisters and fucking to go to bed. And we're fucking hammered. And Jesse's like, I don't feel good. And then his dad's like, gets a big old silver mixing bowl,
Oh, no.
And he's like, I told you boys not to be drinking. And then Jesse's like, and his dad's holding the bowl. And he fucking pukes, misses the bowl, pukes all over his dad. His dad's got a big fucking beard full of puke. And I'm dying laughing. I'm laughing so fucking hard. And he's like, I told you that's not funny. It's not funny. I go, it's pretty funny. And I'm just dying. And we were so hungover the next day. I think we both had he for sure had alcohol poisoning. I'm pretty sure I did too. And kudos to his dad, because his dad never told my mom.
Well,
His
that's
dad was
awesome.
like, he was mad at us. I feel like we had to do some chores or something. I can't remember exactly what happened, but his dad never fucking told on us, and so I was still able to be Jesse's friend, which is insane. But yeah,
I love the idiotic things that you think are a good idea when you're drunk too. Like the idea that you were like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk through these people's door and just run.
I'm just gonna run straight to the
looks
room.
So socially awkward. Like what the hell?
When you're drunk, you don't come up. I wasn't gonna come up with a better plan. That was,
Especially when you're drunk and your brain hasn't fully developed yet.
yeah. And plan would have worked too if it wasn't for that meddling speaker on the wall. So
I dated the biggest loser in high school. I did most of my drug experimentation, most of my drinking in high school, more so than college almost, I would say. Like just crazy, but I do think it's weird those parents that are like okay with it. Like there's always that one parent that's like, yeah, you guys can I come hang out? It's like I feel like there's always like a creepiness to the parents that are
There's
like
always
too cool.
a mom that just bangs all the son's friends.
Dude,
and buys them alcohol.
We had this lady who worked at the school, and her son was named Brett Avery. I have no idea what that guy's doing now, but he lived in the
Bring him
basement.
up.
He lived in the basement of this house, and the basement was like set up where it was pretty much his own apartment. Right? Had a kitchen, bathroom. And so when his mom would never come downstairs, so we would just party there all of the time. And she would know we were partying. And she worked at the school, so it was pretty fucking crazy. And we would get fucked up. We'd be drinking Tussin down there, just fucking doing nonstop.
Robo-tripping.
Oh, yeah. Robo-tripping way too much in
We
high
had a
school.
house just like that. I'm like, what do they do in Houston? Because like there aren't basements here, right? There aren't
Yeah,
basements
yeah.
here or in
Pasture
Arizona.
Pasture parties, yeah.
I did a lot of fields in New York also. But basement parties were great. Basement shows were great. But we would do all the drugs at that fucking house. And I remember it got burnt down. It got burnt
From a party?
No. It got burnt down after I had already moved. But then there was a rumor going around that me and my friend Tom burnt it down. And so for a long time, everyone was like, did you hear what Tom and Andrew did? I was like, why the fuck would I burn down this house?
You kind of like the badass guy.
Yeah,
You're
I thought
like-
it was pretty fun. But Tom was a wild man. I don't think he burnt it down. But dude, he used to do Robitussin. This kid used to do Robitussin and then go to school. And I would do that with him too sometimes because I was a loser. But when I did it, I would just like be quiet and like be fucked up in school. Like I would just get through my day. Tom would fucking walk around and tell everyone he's on Robitussin. He's like, I'm fucking on the Tussin. I'm on the Tuss. Don't talk to me. I'm on the Tuss. And it got back to a principal. So me and Tom get pulled into the office, and the principal's sitting there, and he's like, boys, I heard you were drinking Robitussin. And Tom goes, yeah, so what? It's not illegal. I was like, oh, I was like, you don't fucking say that, dude. I go, he's on it, not me. And they just sent us both home because we didn't like get suspended or anything like that. It isn't illegal. And
I just feel like I have a
they're
cold.
like, go home and don't ever do that again. And that's all the trouble we got in. And we really just went home and played fucking Street Fighter for like the rest of the day.
I did not get into like any serious trouble, which is kind of a miracle, but we drank in school too. We'd bring like, especially like pep rally days, I remember we'd buy Jamba Juice and like just pour liquor into Jamba Juice
Damn.
cups and like walk through the halls, like never question. But I wasn't getting like fall down drunk. It was just like it was like our little secret, and we were all like,
Did you say Jamba Juice?
yeah.
You mean Jungle Juice?
No, Jamba Juice, the smoothie place. You've never heard of? It's
never
like
been to
Smoothie
Jamba
King.
Juice?
Oh, I thought you were talking about mixing up like
Do they have Jamba Juice in
Jungle
Texas?
Juice at
Jungle
home.
Juice.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Jamba Juice.
we did have a Jungle Juice party. I remember freshman year of college where we soaked the fruit at the bottom of it in Everclear,
Yeah. That's,
which I think is like illegal in some states because it's like
maybe.
rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
And-
I think I've done that before for sure.
Yeah, people ate the fruit and just got completely fucked up. I remember there were 4 girls living in a 2-bedroom, and I remember our bedroom was like closest to the like common areas where people were partying, and a dude was just passed out with his head like in the doorway, and we were everyone was drunk, so people kept on like opening and closing the door like on this dude's head.
His brains
he's
were
okay.
everywhere,
He's
and
okay.
he just fucking.
He's okay.
His name is Joe Kane.
But- Yeah, we did idiotic things and did not get caught, and I'm grateful. Like the jail thing was from a criminal speeding ticket. I was not drunk when I got the one time I went to jail.
This is the only time you weren't drunk when you were driving?
I am super embarrassed to admit that I probably did quite a bit of drunk driving. Not proud of it. In high school,
I think our
but
age, a lot of us did.
in college, no. After that, no.
I stopped after a while.
Kids have Uber now. I get that it's expensive, so maybe that's me being out of touch to say that. But
Yeah.
like for some people, or like split it, it's just not worth it. You're gonna spend a lot more money. I mean, I sound like such a mom now.
I actually do the math. I spend more money on Ubers than I would have on a DWI, but
You Uber more than most people.
I'm Uber way more. I mean,
you have a car. Like, I've never seen
you
you
have a
drive
nice
it.
car.
yeah, I drive during the day, or like when I'm on tour, or like I drive then. I don't drive like from open mic to open mic. I just Uber.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm gonna start getting rides from people because I notice how easy that is.
Yeah, you're
'Cause-
welcome.
Yeah, thank you. You're not the only person, but yeah,
But because everybody goes from one to the other. It's really
I know,
easy.
and I never even think about
So it's
that
not-
until
like really you just need to take an Uber to the first
home,
one
and then home.
and then back,
And
or
that's
you
it.
just have somebody pick you up on the way too.
yeah.
But
Because there's times where I'll take 5 or 6 Ubers in one night.
And
That's
you're not
crazy.
going to any. You're not going out to the like boony mics, right?
No,
you go all
Get
inside
outta
the
here.
loop,
I'm
right?
an inside the looper guy. Although my comedy works really well in country towns. I think for the wrong reason.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think for the wrong reason. So you ever do a show, and you're like, oh, you guys are laughing for the wrong. Like I think this is funny, and then and maybe the joke is, maybe I'm making a joke about the police aren't great to black people, right? And they're laughing because there's like hints of like
because they agree with it.
or that's like a little racy, and they're like, ooh, racism.
Or you're
But I'm
being
like,
a little
no, I'm being
condescending and you're
fucking silly.
judging them
No.
for
The-
looking a certain way.
The joke is being ironic, but they're taking it as like,
Yes, and
As
so
he's
literal.
one of us.
Yeah, I'm not one of you, motherfuckers. I'm not. No,
All right, we need to get to the mess. of the
yeah,
week.
let's do
Oh,
it. Let's get
yes.
some mess of the weeks. Sorry, I feel like I hogged the podcast.
No,
No,
it's
that
good.
was great content.
It's
Great
good.
content, for
Yeah,
sure.
I feel like
Good stories.
Yeah, but I think also kind of made me think that I was not a good kid. I've done too many drugs. This is not.
I mean, I am like so anxious and so controlled that I feel like I just like even when I partied, I was like very
Oh, well, I was
on top
wild,
of it,
dude.
and like also always with my group of like always make sure I have a group of people I felt safe with, that I don't think men have to worry about that shit as much.
Well,
And
we were.
so-
Yeah. I don't. It's not. I don't think we. I think we just didn't worry about that shit because we were fucking idiots. We were dumb. We would do
Yeah.
so many dumb fucking things. Obviously, we got to get to this story. So,
Yeah,
to
this is just- sorry,
But
this was me,
next
yeah.
time, I'll tell you a story about how I threw a party and people threw my living room couch into a bonfire, and I had to explain that to my mom. So, anyways.
All right, this first one, Jamie brought up. So do you want to kind of preface it, Jamie? The
I don't
Sean
know.
King?
I mean, y'all don't know who Sean King is, which is crazy to me, but he's like big in the BLM movement. He's always on Twitter. He's always posting like he has a comment on everything before facts are out, which has gotten him in trouble a lot. And
He's a social justice warrior.
yes, exactly.
But
and
he's,
claimed that he was black, and then it came out that his mother was white, and nobody could find his father.
He's definitely trying to be black.
Then they found his
that
dad.
fucking edge up right there.
His dad is extremely white.
And he's from Kentucky.
He's a white dude from Kentucky. He got into Morehouse in Atlanta, and then from there, I think it just escalated. But he's been in a lot of hot water. He's constantly like,
not only did he go to Morehouse, apparently he was elected student body president.
oh yeah,
Hell yeah,
it's very like Dolezal-esque, right?
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
head of some NAACP
This is the male
chapter.
Dolezal.
He was an Oprah Winfrey scholar.
But by the way, you guys are gonna be so.
So what do you do? What do you do?
He just he claims it's because of the war in Gaza, but he just converted to Islam, and then a day later is going out on tour with some Islamic dude selling tickets for $150, and He just has like misappropriated BLM
Let's
funds.
go.
He's
I'm not
shady.
I'm saying let's go to the show. I'm not saying
Says,
I'm not celebrating the fact that he misappropriated
Yay.
BLM
In March
funds.
March
That's not what I was
2024,
doing.
on the eve of Ramadan, King and his wife Ray King formally converted to Islam from Christianity in the presence of Palestinian American Iman Omar Suleiman.
Exactly. And if you read what people in the Islamic community are saying about it, like this is clearly just him trying to get more money, and he's super gross. He's super messy.
Oh man, I
just
can't
seems
believe
like-
that someone would ever use religion to try to profit. It just is so.
I mean, but it's so like
It's-
he's not even subtle about it. That's the thing that's
You don't
wrong
have
with
to
him.
be.
To
You
me,
think
it
Joel
doesn't-
Osteen's subtle about it? Come on.
To me,
man.
it doesn't
These
even, like,
fucking
come
all these
off
guys are
as-
jokers, dude. Fuck them all.
To me, it doesn't
Sorry.
even come off about like a money thing. It just comes off of like this guy, like seems like he needs to be the center of attention, needs to be in the center of, every social thing that's going on, like that.
He's trying
what
to
they
make
call that,
himself seem like a saint or a martyr.
what's the
constantly.
term for that? Where they try to take the moral high ground.
Posturing or maybe I mean
A
I don't know.
narcissist?
Or
there's
holier than thou. No,
no.
I don't
Well,
know. I
so,
get what you're saying.
Like, for example, he tweeted about there was a shooting. He's always big on anytime there's like police brutality, which like any good person would care about, right? But he has to tweet.
Do you ever
a
meet
million
someone who's
fiery
like,
things.
"Oh, I don't think they're being that like you ever-
Virtue
But
signaling.
he
Virtue
goes out
sig-
That's the
virtue
word,
There you
virtue
go.
signaling.
So he goes out virtue signaling on Twitter after, I forget the name of the girl, saying that she was also sexually assaulted by the police.
Yeah.
And then the body cam footage came out, and like everything that he said happened did not happen.
Yeah.
And he said he'd like talk to her friends or something. But he just like is constantly doing this stuff to say like, I'm leading the charge for this woman who was sexually assaulted by the police. And then that's not what happened. And he makes it about himself, not about the woman, not about her family, not about the issue. It's like he's somehow always the main person in the story. And so him converting to Islam at Ramadan and then going on tour to talk about Islam when he's been Islamic for one day is hilarious to me.
I'm actually gonna convert myself.
It reminds me of the South Park episode with Jesse Jackson, where he has to Stan's dad has to kiss his ass because he's apologizing to black people,
Oh,
and
God, I
then
can't.
he's like it's over. My dad apologized to Jesse Jackson. And he's like, Jesse Jackson doesn't speak for all black people. And he goes, he told my dad he did.
Yeah, he acts like it.
By the way, that's another like cringe example, and I feel like I'm an attention whore. I love attention,
There are those
but
people
try to
like
be subtle about it.
I mean, Houston. We got Quanell X,
Yeah,
right? He's kind of one of those guys
yeah.
too.
He's
I don't know who this is.
terrible.
He's
dude.
a
So
local
terrible.
activist, but he is one of those people that like would like show up in an accident kind of. He's almost like, you know what I mean? It's like a fucking.
It's
It's
like
a
an
virtue
ambulance
signaling
chaser of
thing.
virtue signaling.
Yeah,
But also like
he is an activist. I'm sure he's done some good shit.
yeah, I'm sure he's done
But,
some,
dude, he's in like he just puts his face in the fucking news
like
all the time.
a
It's
murder,
like-
like somebody will murder somebody and be wanted by the police, and they'll go to Quanell X.
yeah.
And like they'll turn themselves in, but only if Quanell X like
It's like
goes
a
with
whole-
them.
it's
And
a whole
like
thing.
straight up like.
But it's a
murderous.
similar situation. I will maybe not.
Does he have a law degree? Like, how does he make
No, I
money?
think he's a
No,
lawyer, or
he's-
maybe
he's just a.
I don't know.
Political activist, I believe.
Yeah, I think he's educated for sure. But
Yeah, and he has done some good things.
like I
but-
said, yeah.
But the problem lies in the virtue signaling. And
Yeah,
just
if you
take-
gotta fucking
you can't
go on
take
the
up
news for
every
everything,
issue,
come on, man.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's hard for your head to not get big when you become like that person to people. Like on a bigger scale, like Gloria Steinem, I think she also got like super cringy towards the end of her career. And I respect the hell out of her. She's an amazing woman, but I think it's hard for your head to not get big. And then that like attention and the virtue signaling is like an addictive thing. I bet it feels fucking good when you're like,
Virtue
I'm
signaling.
saving
Yeah, well,
everyone.
everyone likes to be so. Oh, you're such a good guy. You're such a good this that. Everyone likes to hear a compliment, but
It always cracks me up. Like I remember, like big during BLM, like I had a
Fucking hot in
bunch of
here.
friends that like posted the same link on their Insta stories of like, read these 7 books to not be a racist. I'm like, you've not read one of those books.
yeah,
I know that you haven't. So just don't post the link. Support, be helpful, but like I just feel like live the thing, do the thing, and talk less about it.
Yeah. I support black culture by stealing how they dress, and I dress that way.
I mean, this guy, Sean King, supports black culture by saying that he's black and taking a scholarship to Morehouse. I mean, it's insane. Mess.
We got another
I think
mess.
that's
All
one
right,
of
let's
the
see what the
few.
next black person is doing.
Oh yeah. We should cut this celeb.
Don't say that.
Rumors of Ice Spice sex. Is it real?
I haven't.
Or is
been
it just
able
a
to-
rumor?
I haven't been able to confirm it, but it's like Twitter is blowing up over this right now. Like,
Nobody linked to this?
Yeah, I want to see it. Well, I don't like seeing a leaked one.
On
That feels
Monday-
wrong.
on Monday,
formerly
X, formerly known as Twitter, became a buzz with speculation that a leaked sex tape featuring Ice Spice was readily available online. However, instead of XXX clip, there are dozens of X pages promising to release the video in exchange for interaction with their post. Sending the Ice Spice and Cardi B leaked video to everyone who likes this tweet. Several posts are similar to the one below.
Dude, what a good way to get followers.
WTF, just seen the Ice Spice. No, so like in trying to find the video for research purposes, I went to the comments, and it's like the comments on the main post are just like mainstream, very famous porn stars, like
Yeah.
linking their OnlyFans and all that stuff because they're just
Gotcha.
like the advertising behind it
Yeah,
is
of
like
course.
insane.
Of course.
I
And
mean-
Cardi B.
Yeah.
Wow. All you
Together?
guys- No, separate.
I mean, if there's no proof.
They're not the mess. Whoever's leaking, it's the mess. But fuck,
Also, is that
that's
not.
gotta suck.
It's just a bit
That's
of a media
illegal,
mess.
I
right
actually.
like
now.
how we have a McDonald's ad in the corner.
So, kind of fun fact, the place, a job that my old job I used to work at, my day job, the guy next to us was a lawyer, the first to ever bring revenge porn, to make revenge porn like into
Illegal?
law as illegal.
Oh, that's great.
In Texas. And Texas, surprisingly, was the first place to make it. And then now I think it's like all across the United States, revenge porn is illegal. But I wonder.
So was
like,
dick pics, remember? When the unsolicited dick pics became illegal.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. It's considered a form of sexual assault.
Yeah.
But is the question that you're going to ask that does it count when it's celebrities as well?
Well, no, I'm actually more curious just because I watched that Elon Musk Don Lemon interview, which was crazy, and he was defending.
That's a bad sex tape.
He was defending free speech. Don Lemon's a babe. He's a douchebag. I would hate to hang out with him, but he's a beautiful man. I feel like he was defending free speech and not even defending hate speech, but he was saying like, we will only take something down if it's illegal. But is this not like?
This is probably illegal.
Yeah, so I would think if
You'd
they
think.
try to link to it, wouldn't that post be taken down?
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what the rules are.
After looking at this article, it seems like it's probably just a rumor done for marketing purposes.
I think you're right. I think it's a rumor. But also, I wonder how many people leak sex tapes for publicity. You know what I mean?
So there's
There's
actually
more
some.
marketing around it, like that guy who does Lena the Plug and her boyfriend that do a podcast where they interview a porn star and then fuck the porn star together or whatever.
What's that
What?
called? Yeah, it's part of the No Jumper network. But,
Yeah, what's that guy's name? He like, don't they fuck the person they interview?
Yeah, it's on one of his podcasts, and he has another one with Crip Mac and
Yeah, so they did a
Wild.
big publicity thing where
Plug
she
Talk. I think it's called Plug Talk.
probably she's Lena the Plug. Lena? Anyway.
Lena.
So he like put this thing out that his wife, they're married, was gonna get banged by this guy with like this
yeah.
black guy with
I
a huge
remember.
dick.
It was gonna be like I think it was her first experience with a black guy.
I think so too. And
Yes,
he was
I
just
remember
getting
this.
pwned all over the internet, and I was like, he marketed this. They're laughing all the way to the bank. He bought her a Maserati after this, and was like
yeah.
proudly showing. Like, yes, he was probably getting pwned more than he liked, and he pretended to
You're
be
saying
upset.
pwned is so funny.
Oh, sorry, I
It's
don't
not
know.
such a video game term.
Is it?
I just pwned you.
Major
dude.
pwnage, bro.
What I don't know
You just
what
got
other
fucking
word to
pwned.
use.
What is that short for? Obviously, it's owned, but the P.
Something. It's just a combination of two words, but I don't know what
What's
the
the
first
P
one is.
word?
I think there's some reason that on the keyboard too that it was like people were typing it because it was like simpler or something. I forget.
Yeah.
There's some history behind it, but the point is, like, I think even his like tears were like crocodile tears. I think he knew what he was doing. I think him pretending to be upset was part of the marketing of it.
Yeah, I don't think he was that upset. I think
Yeah.
he knew.
So anyway, yeah, aren't they next to each other on the keyboard or something?
It says it is
PWN?
widely accepted that the term pwn originated when someone actually misspelled own in a video game chat.
Okay, there we go.
Really?
It
That's
is a
it?
video game thing.
Yeah,
it's
I knew
all-
it was a video
So it's
game
all
thing.
just from.
From one fucking typo.
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. Let's get some advice going. What do we got today, Mike?
All right. They're asking. My wife is asking me to get circumcised. Says, hey guys, my wife and I have been married 2 years, 4 together total. I grew up in Europe, and circumcision is extremely rare there. Apparently, it is much more common in the U.S. All her past boyfriends were circumcised, and she says she prefers it that way. She stopped giving me oral sex since we got married, and she says it's because she doesn't like doing it for me because I'm not snipped. She also calls it an anteater penis and makes increasingly disgusted faces when we have sex. I'm willing to do this in order to make her happy, but I just wanted to know what your thoughts about this are.
Well, I know a guy who got circumcised as an adult, and I can't say that it seems fun.
What
I
was the
don't know.
recovery time?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't ask, but yeah, that's pretty nuts. I don't think I would do. I don't think I could do it. I'm circumcised though. My kid's not though. I got one kid circumcised, one not. Isn't that funny?
I mean, I
There's
don't want to
a-
judge your parenting choices, but why?
First of all, circumcision is an old-fashioned thing. It's basically back in the day they did it. It was just for cleanliness.
Yeah, it was-
But now we take showers
Yeah,
all the
better
time. We
ability to
fucking
clean ourselves now.
yeah, we can clean ourselves. We're not fucking taking a shower once a month.
Is it terrible to say, like, what about aesthetics though? Is that awful that you probably?
I mean, I don't think it. I think it's only aesthetically one way. I mean, people like the penis.
Because
Some people like non-cut.
we're conditioned to it because that's what the majority of people
Yeah.
have here. But
I'm sure that that's true, and
It is
For
fun
that-
looking at my. It looks like a little fireman.
I mean,
The hat. That's fun.
okay, if
German military helmet.
Yeah.
for that
My
reason,
little Nazi.
Yeah, I mean, that you're probably trained. Your brain is like trained to feel that way, but I think it just matters what he wants. Like, if he is
Sounds like
more
he's-
than 50% doesn't want to do it, don't do it for her. It's like if my husband said it, I mean,
It's
if he
fucked
said
up
like
that
get a
they-
boob job, I'd have to want to do it myself. Does that make sense? Like, he should have to want to do it. And if he does, she will have a real, like,
She better
pressure on
blow
her to,
that
I was like, blow
boy.
it every fucking
Well,
day.
I think it's pretty fucked up. She's like, she stopped giving him head once they got married. And it's like, oh, it's because you're dick. But no, now you're married. And
Yeah,
that's when you stop.
That's
you
an old
fucking-
joke, right?
you know?
Why does the bride smile when she's walking down the aisle? Because she knows she's giving her last blowjob.
I've never heard that. But
That's an old one.
that
It's
is an
really,
old one.
really old.
Yeah, I never heard it.
Actually, there's a episode of Shameless that's a very similar situation where Carl's girlfriend tells him that she wants him to get a circumcision, and he does, and then the doctor tells him, like, look, you can't get hard. If you get hard, it'll mess it up.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a 14-year-old kid, and,
Yeah,
and it keeps
impossible.
happening, and so he has to go back and get like 3 circumcisions.
Goddamn.
And the doctor tells him, like, look, dude, this is the last skin you got. Like, that's it.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Are there nerve endings on the
Yeah,
outside
I actually
part?
heard that when you get the circumcision, you lose about like 70% of the feeling in your penis.
Yeah, I've heard that it's much more pleasurable to not be circumcised.
Oh, well, then for that alone, he shouldn't do it. I mean, right? But then if you get more blowjobs when you... Also, it shouldn't be about that. He should want to do it. Blowjobs or no. But
I think he
if
signed a contract being like, listen, I'll do it, but I need X amount of blowjobs in this period
you know
of
what?
time.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate and just say, you know what? My body, my choice. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, because I'm kind of agreeing with you. If he doesn't want to do it, he shouldn't do it.
Man, that's the ultimate cuck right there.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean-
like,
You have to chop off a piece
part
of
of
your
your penis
penis.
off for me.
If you ever
That's
want that
fucking
in my
nuts.
mouth again.
I have
That's
a hard
pretty
time
nuts.
believing their sex life was good before they got married.
Well,
right?
she sounds awful. I'm telling you, the biggest red flag here is, oh, we got married, and then she stopped giving me head. You were uncircumcised before you were getting head.
Yeah, it sounds like she's just
Awful
making
person.
excuses.
Leave the wife.
They're gonna
That's
get
the
divorced.
answer.
It's gonna be terrible.
But
Yeah.
this also sounds
Oh,
like the
God,
kind
could you
of-
imagine?
Even this question, this isn't a. Oh man, I hate to use this term, but I can't think of another one right now. This doesn't strike me as like a alpha dude. By the way, again, toxic. I'm not saying you should be a terrible man, but like be a man. Be a.
Be a whoa man.
I don't know. Am I allowed to say these things anymore? I just
You
feel
say
like
whatever you
he
want,
doesn't
Jamie.
strike me as a man who's in charge of his own destiny. Like, just
Either that or he just loves his wife enough to do
That's
it.
true. If I, if I was
you-
with
you
someone,
have
I'd
to-
consider, but I don't know. I mean, I can't get it again. Whenever I
loving
can-
your wife enough. I think that's bullshit. Actually, I'm in a very healthy relationship, and I think you love.
The more you say it, the more we believe it.
The only way to love your partner properly is to like love yourself a lot, and that's how you can give proper love to someone. I don't think that you sacrifice parts of yourself that are very important to
Just
you
a small
physically
bit of skin.
or
I
emotionally.
I think that it's much different for you because you're a woman. Because only women and children are loved unconditionally.
I've not been
Ooh.
loved
Look
unconditionally.
at this men's activist
No,
over
that's
here.
I have-
that's a Chris Rock bit where he says only women. Are,
I
like,
can tell
men are
you.
only loved if they provide something.
Yeah.
I can tell you very. I'm not boohoo me, but like my life is great. But was not loved. I was very much not loved. I'm currently still not loved by the one woman who's supposed to love me. My dad's fucking dead. I was not loved.
Who is the woman?
I have found love, but I don't take these things for granted. And it took a lot of work for me to be super into myself. So, no, you're wrong.
Don't point at me. I didn't say it. This is you and Mike
No,
fighting here.
I'm just saying that
That's
like,
bullshit.
Does
It's
your
bullshit.
husband?
A lot of women are not loved.
Does your husband love you unconditionally?
No, actually. He's a very rational, not religious dude. There are conditions on the love. Like if I were to do certain things, well, he would still love me, but he wouldn't be with me. So there are conditions to being with me. If
Not
I
conditions on the love.
he would probably he has told me he would still love me but couldn't be. We've like you run scenarios when you're in a relationship and you're like, what if this, what if that? And yeah, there are situations both ways where I couldn't be with him, right? Like if he
Body
hurt,
count was high.
no, that would just be a conversation, like I said.
Yeah.
But no, I think that it took me a very long time to find someone who loved me that way, and I waited, and I was very obsessive about it, and I didn't.
I'm just being a bitter divorcee.
Yeah.
Don't mind
You,
me.
you are a sad man. You are a boohoo boy. I agree
It's
with
all
that.
right though.
All right.
I had to go through trauma to be a comedian.
Hey, you'll get there. You'll become a comic one
And
day.
with that's our time.
Oh, thanks.
Such a like
That's
sad
our time.
ending.
Listen, I got shows, I got things. This is coming out. The Riot Festival, we're doing a live podcast. We're going to have some special guests. I'm doing a live Trash Flavor Trash. I'll be doing spots all weekend as well.
With Zod?
Zod will be here too. Yeah. Maybe we'll have him on the pod. That'd be fun. You guys remember him? Indian,
Yeah.
skinny, dying man.
He's one of my favorite comics.
Well, that's crazy. No, he's great. I love him. He's the best and my best friend. Sorry,
That's the
Jamie.
Indian guy I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's the one. There you go. Oh,
Nice callback.
Yeah. And then the special's out in 2 days, March 28th. Mark Norman's YouTube.
Hell yeah.
Please like, comment, share all of the bullshit you got to do, and come and see me on tour because I'm about to announce some huge dates. They'll actually be announced with the special. So please come check it out.
That's it. Follow at the Mess Hall Pod. We love you guys.
That's
Okay,
it.
Bye.
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 Hey, now that you're not a comic, this is great. You don't pitch anything.